Hi guys, welcome to another midweek preview. And Gord, how about you introduce our special guest this week?
An absolute honour to introduce Warren from Warren, who is the only mounting yard male tipster that has got 100% record was.
Yeah, and it'll stay that way too, mate, because I'll have to come and do it again.
If people don't know out there, Warren decided to do the mounting yard male from Warren and tip 5 from 5 on top. So not only are you very interested in the form, but you're a good yard man too, Warren.
That's what, just watching him and asking Glenn a few questions over the years.
Yep.
So, and he's very freely gives you that sort of information.
He does.
Yeah. And I don't think there's too many better.
Yeah, and you've known Glenn for a long time, for those who don't know. Yeah,
no, we've been mates for years. And then I met Mark through Glenn, and then Gordon, you through the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got a schooner, Gord. Do you live in a pub or something?
I have my own beer on tap.
We should be staying there and not at Pollock's when I'm down.
No, it'd be a nightmare. We'd drink too much, I think.
Okay, well let's talk about Warwick Farm tomorrow. Racing New South Wales just tweeted that the meeting is going ahead at this stage on a heavy 10, which is good news. Anyway, 3 metres and a really heavy track, so we'll obviously things are going to change a lot tomorrow morning with some scratchings, etc. But we'll do our best to push through it, won't we?
Yeah, well, it's we're talking about going to Canterbury, weren't they?
They were. I heard that rumour. I guess it's too late now. But
if they call it now, it's all over.
Yeah. So anyway, Warwick Farm is going ahead at Warwick Farm. I think it's too late to change, but let's kick off with the first race anyway. So I'll do the price. 3 metre rail, guys. A really heavy track, just standard. Just you want fit horses getting up and off, sort of thing.
I'd say that'll be wider as the day goes on, I think.
I totally agree with Warren there. You might get away with something slightly more inside earlier on the day, but by the time we get to the last few races, you want to be outside fence.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
You could even do, you know how Nash a few times from wide barriers over the outside rail. Stayed under the trees. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of shoot starts there, isn't there? So you can.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's kick off. Race 1, 3-year-old over 1,100. Quotum, $3.15. It's been well backed. What price did the bookie boys put up? About $4. It's into $3 now. Oslo is the next pick. I'll bring my prices in front of me. Oslo is the next pick at $4.60 from I See Things and Ravelly Miss. Looking at the maps, I did check out this trial. So this Quotum horse is pretty speedy. It goes forward, so they're saying it'll lead. How about yourself? I'll start off with you, Gord. How have you seen the first?
You have to bet in the race.
Okay.
It could be. I mean, obviously, I don't generally try and find, first ever race start and first up, even if off the spell on what's going to be a bog track. But I think this horse number 2 has that much on him.
Okay.
And to be honest, 2-1 is a good price. So I'm amazed they put up 3-1. I didn't see that price. There are those question marks about it, but the trial, it didn't just trial about against the other Muppets like these other ones tried about with Oslo and Rathbelly Miss. It tried against Heart of Oak. Just if this thing, even if this thing can't handle the wet, I still can't see it getting beat.
Well, it was the only horse in the race that I could back, and I probably won't bet in the race.
Yeah, it's a bit iffy, isn't it?
Just a bit iffy, and I thought the John Thompson horse trialled a little bit better this time in than last time.
Yep.
And his horses have a habit of improving sort of through each prep.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But he's not a fresh trainer, so.
No, he's not. And yeah, I don't know, mate. Like I said, I'm with you with the 2, and the 3 is the only danger, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't as interesting, that trial of Oslo. That was a terrible trial.
Yeah, it took off, and maybe because it was only going to be the one trial coming into this, they might have just.
It was so weak through the line and past the post, and it's going to be on a bog track. I just don't see that as a good sign.
Well, how strange was the trial of Rathvilly Miss against 2 horses that have never had a race start before? That was odd.
It was. I mean, Rathvilly Miss trialled better than those, but
of course,
we're talking about a horse that trialled against maybe a listed grade horse in Heart of Oak. Come on.
Well, that'll be interesting. So Matthew Dunn, let's hope he keeps it in, and that'll be an interesting race to start the day. Anyway,
I think he's only won one race besides Highway, hasn't he? Dunn?
Oh, is that right? In Sydney for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is too is that he's actually, the market isn't adjusting for that either. They're treating him as a senior metropolitan trainer, which he isn't.
No, he's got through. Yeah, that's right.
And to be honest, he's probably up there, up the North Coast most of the time, and isn't it his wife down here as well? So it's a very strange situation. I still don't care. I think this horse has so much on him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'd be interested to see what Glenn says from the yard too.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if he came through with a suggestion that it wasn't a wet track type. But I'm saying because of its a bit possible ability, maybe we could ignore that.
And especially the first race, it won't be chopped up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, good little start. Let's have a look at the second over 1,300 to 66. Blesk, the short-priced winner, first up. It's first in line at 440 from Celadine, 480. Lubeck next in line about 650. I'll leave it there. Mappingham, we've got Metalcarpi. It's one last start. It's supposed to go up to lead this time after taking a sit from AC Bow. Celadine taking a sit, one back the fence, and the favourite Blessed just midfield. And looking at the prices, I've done the prices. So, good.
No, go to Warren for this race. I struggled with this one too.
Okay, let's go, Woz.
I went for a bit of value. I don't mind Satin Ruby. Like first up against Dancing Gidget that day. It never had the best of luck, and it was it probably should have finished a length closer.
Yep.
And then he went from 1250 back to 1100 and went from a 66 to a 72. Now we're going the opposite way. We're going up in distance and back to a 66.
Yeah, 2 ticks there.
Yeah, and I think around $10. It's a bet every day of the week to me. And you had to be impressed with the O'Shea horse, the way it ran through the line, and he sort of sat up on it at Goulburn. Yeah. And they're probably the only 2 I'm interested in the race.
You got number 8, Satin Ruby there. Who, look, as I say, I struggled with this race, but it's Saturday Metropolitan grade. So, like, whether it's a 74 or a 66, you know what? I'm not really that concerned about it. Saturday Metropolitan racing is so superior to Wednesday.
And 11 up to the 13 is a big tick, I reckon.
Well, you could argue that was a barrier trial.
That's exactly. I don't say this. You blokes have got enough going on with the stewards. I'll bowl a few wrong uns. It's a bet every day of the week to me because it's got the golden switch too inside the outside barrier. And Collett's riding as good as anyone on these heavy tracks.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's probably a good play, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, something like that, you know. Not
Gord,
that I bet, not
did
that I
you
bet in that way.
did you do the form on the Blesk race? Because it started really short. Was that just a terrible race, or did it look like a better horse off its trials or something?
It looked like a better horse off its trials. It was lightly raced.
Yeah.
All the facts and figures guys like myself were giving a big tick to O'Shea at that stage because he was peaking. So that's why it was so short in that race. What it beat was absolutely rubbish, but it did it in dynamic fashion. I still can't back a horse like that. Not when you come to Wednesday Metropolitan in a super competitive Wednesday Metropolitan race where there's two horses coming off Saturday Metro run is number one. So normally number one is always a bet for me because it's a go forward horse back in grade, which is my number one thing I look for. Has sort of shown an ability to handle the wet. But yet again, I've got Adam Hieronymus off for Louise Day on. I know she's taken the 3 off in the wet, which I suppose maybe that equalises it a little bit. But look, it's a scary horse. Blesk is a scary horse because we don't know what it is. But, I'm never going to invest my money on a horse coming off a dominant country win against nothing. I'd suggest if it won that race by 4 lengths, I still wouldn't be backing it. And it only won by 1 3/4. So
and Milesy wanted to know, does that make Saladin just win again? And I guess the answer is no from you two.
Yeah, it's a no from me, but
it's not a no from me. Lightly raced Cummings horse, who looks to me like it's returned far better than what it did last preparation. If you notice, California August came off that second there to go down and win at Canberra. So I could say you could actually argue that's not franking because it was a small margin in Canberra when it ran down like massive odds on. So
he'd want to win at Canberra, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it still won. There was a bit of hype about Captive. They put a margin on it. I wouldn't knock anybody wanting to back it. I really want to bet in the race, but I'm struggling to put my finger on the way I want to play it. But I also love what Warren says about the one down the bottom there.
Okay, yeah, that was.
What about you, Matt? What's your numbers say?
Yeah, like as I was sort of alluding to, Blesk has never sort of done anything on the clock in its previous life. Coming off a lot of slow paces, which is why it sort of had never run time. But sectionally, I wouldn't want to be with it. Looking at the sectionals from the Goulburn run, so I'm very interested in your little number there on the 8.
By the way, Irish Angel can win this race as well.
Yeah, that's it's the fit horse too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's proved it can go on the really boggy stuff. Like that was really heavy, that Canterbury run.
Yeah.
It's a scary race for me. Like to me, if I was probably going to play, I'd agree with you guys. I'd probably just be either playing a few things for a couple of dollars or laying favourite. I've only had one early bet, and it was it. And what did you take? What?
12s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow morning and get a heap of deductions, but I might need it, It's not going to go around to $12.
No.
Well,
Okay. All right, good work, boys. That's a good little analysis.
Okay,
there.
I'll go and get myself another beer while you and Woz talk about the next 2 races.
Get us one too.
I'm not joking.
These
I
are
might
painful.
go and sit out in the step and roll something up, I think.
Okay, the third.
Hey, Woz, you must have known when you were coming on the show that you were going to have to do a lot of work in these next 2 races because I wouldn't have much to offer.
I said to my brother Jeffrey, I said, race 3 and 4 will be mine for sure.
And you notice how Matt was trying to set that up because he offered me the first 2 races, and that wasn't even collusion. So.
Mate, if I can pick the next two winners, I should be on here every week.
Yeah, we'll create a new product for you, the Warren staying tips or something. But Race 3, 2270. We've got Triscana. I think it's for Gay. Yeah, it's $4, $3.70, $3.90 actually. Continuation $5. Eugenio $5. Misty Summer's actually been back since I last loaded the race, so it's about $4.81 joint you can get on early. So there's been some money for that. Looking at the maps, we've got a little note for the change of tactics on continuation. Latest to be more forward. I think what they wanted to go forward last start, but it actually got back. But now they're saying it's going to go forward again or something like that. So average early tempo. Triscana led them up last time and is expected to do the same thing again. Yeah, that's right. So that was at Goulburn. So it was. I will throw to you. Triscana won at Goulburn by a length, going really hard, but did the job. Does that interest you at $4 today, tomorrow?
Not really. No.
Hard to.
Well, have a look at it. It ran the worst 600 by a long way that day.
Yeah, they went super hard, the sectional said.
Yeah. It's probably a promising horse, but I'd rather take the two that are coming out of the 2,400 metre race there 3 weeks ago, the 2 and the 3.
Yep.
That Saturday grade back to Wednesday. They've had the good run. They've had the 2,400 metre run, which would be a bonus in this race. Sort of 3 weeks off. I just think 2 or 3 wins. That's what I think. I don't like anything else in the race. I couldn't back Misty Summer with a gun at my head. And Gaze,
beating up shit.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, and not running at the time.
Yeah.
It's funny, looking at the second, third, and fourth picks in the market, they're minimum 25 days between runs. So it does look like it's well placed again. And it's found an okay race, doesn't it, the favourite? In that regard, anyway, regards to setup.
I hate to be in front with 200 to go, but I can.
Yeah.
I just, I can't see it. It didn't run through the line at Goulburn.
Sorry. Who's hosting this show? Is this Kingsley or is it Matt Taylor? Have you been catching that disease, Matt? Have you?
Which disease?
What can I say about this race?
Yeah. I won't be betting, mate.
It was a bit painful. I kept going down the page and just going, nope.
Yeah, but why did you talk so much about Triscana? You must have seen something that we're not seeing, because I'm not seeing it.
No. I was only looking at the second, third, and fourth picks in the market. They've got almost a month between runs. For those people that want quick backups going up to this distance, you have to get down to something like She's a Treasure or Joey's Joy. Yeah. Otherwise, you're looking at a month between runs, sort of thing.
Well, the 3 weeks with the 2 and the 3.
Yeah.
At least it's had they've had the 2,400 metre run.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Look, there's no way I'll bet in this race. The kind of horse that I would have something on if it wasn't so well found in the market, which I find quite strange. Because when I did the race, I thought, this will be 25s and I'll have something small on it. Was number 8, Joey's Joy.
One of your girlfriends. I think you tipped it at a massive price, didn't you?
And it's the only time in its whole gigantic amount of 44 career starts that I did tip it. Yes, and I did win at long odds. So maybe I've got a feel for this horse. But
it does look all right. 6-day backup, no weight.
No weight, wet track. And if you notice, like a dominant win over She's a Treasure, last time it was actually on a proper heavy track. So that Gosford track where it got beaten to True Marvel, I wasn't stamping as a heavy 8. But the Kembla track where it won, beat Captain Mannering and She's a Treasure. On that occasion, it carried 56 kilos.
Yeah.
So it beat something that's shorter than it when it had 56 kilos, and it's running around with 51 kilos on a bog track, and this horse is a swimmer.
Yeah, no, it'll be. I think there'll be some money for this horse for sure. A shame it's so short, but
look, I can't touch $8. So if you're suggesting it's going to be shorter than $8, then I'm never betting. This is a horse that I thought would go up 20s. You know what I mean? And I could have a couple of dollars on it at 20s. I didn't get that. I'm confused by the race. Let's move on.
Yeah, big time. Okay, we do the mile this time. Brutality, it's been a sort of a big firmer. It leads the market 420 into 360. Travancore $5, Showminder $5. Just Society, a few things have been checked. Spec'd, the 6 has been spec'd a little bit in the market. Looking at the tempo, just average with Galahad's Quest leading them up. I'm looking for the favourite, Brutality. Yeah, just midfield getting a nice run. So, well, I'll go to you, Gord.
Oh, we've peer pressured you into giving me this race, have we? I'm going to say I have to mark Brutality favourite.
Okay.
But I don't want to back it, so...
big 7.5 kilo drop in weight off its last couple, and blinkers on. That'll keep people interested.
Yeah, and it was soft, bordering on good on its previous 2 starts, and its 2 starts on actually proper heavy tracks before that was the dominant win at Canterbury, where it wasn't on the fence.
Yeah, true.
And a nice little run at Canterbury, where over an unsuitable distance of 1,250 metres, and that was when it was pissing down at Canterbury in a heavy 10. So, and they put the blinkers on. It interests me, but don't want to take that short a price about that kind of horse. Kind of find that difficult, but clearly have it on the top. And the other one that I found slightly interesting was, who was it? Oh, just number 4, Showminder. At the moment, my figures for Portelli are pretty strong. But I think this horse has found its mark. What can I say? Yet again, I'm pretty basic the way I do things, guys, and that is at Canterbury that day where it came third on the wet track, it wasn't on the fence. So I got to give a tick to that. Yet again, really tricky race. Maybe I could entertain Brutality or Showminder at the right price, and then not at that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a bit with you of Brutality. If it was 7-2, I could have something on it. But I can see Timmy Clark on Galahad's Quest here on a fit horse, no pace in the race, just owning this race.
55.5. Yeah, you know what pissed me off about it was because I had a real close look at it. It was that its best run to when it was on the fence at Canterbury. So I was just like, But by the way, look, I agree with you, and you know what? It could do exactly what you say, but once I see fence at Canterbury, like guys, I just like I'm just like getting the big texter out. So, hold on, I've got to get a report. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, Gord. What are you going to do here?
Yeah, I'll probably back Galahad's Quest and probably save on the favourite, maybe a small profit. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, okay.
I really think the two of them have got it between them.
Yeah, exactly. I could probably see Brutality having a few extra ticks in its box tomorrow. So yeah, tricky race, but I'll lean to the 9 as well. Well,
guys, I think you convinced me that this 380 is a good price. Then
I think it is.
Yeah, because if you're saying if Matty's saying that off the way he does stuff, and both
my
you
brother,
and I
who's a
found
really good judge, he said to me, "Make sure on that show tonight you tell him that Brutality is the best bet of the day."
Oh, there we go. Well, I tell you what. If all of us are saying it, I don't think we're going to get better than $3.80.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, particularly with the blinkers.
Blinkers and the weight drop, and proven in the wet. The jockey's found a little bit of form, hasn't she? People are talking her up a bit. Let me have a look at the last 30 days. It's not very good if she's going awful.
No.
Yeah, that's a worry. But anyway, sit and steer, Louise. Sit and steer. That's what the punters will be saying.
Well, I think if it's going to be wet and muddy, she'll probably want to get as wet and as muddy as anyone. Where the other boys might be looking for the shower.
Yeah.
Some of the senior guys won't be trying tomorrow. Yeah.
No.
It'll be funny with Hugh Bowman riding tomorrow.
What did you guys think of that? I mean, we had our say on the show yesterday. What did you guys think?
I saw on Twitter someone said Hugh Bowman's riding tomorrow doesn't feel right. That's just the way things work, isn't it? When appeals are...
Well, to be honest, you tell those idiots, what are you? You're innocent before proven guilty.
No, 100%.
Not only that, knowing Huey, he'd be sick in the guts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my view would he be a bit mentally conservative? It's not an obvious.
What do you
statement.
mean, Matty? It doesn't matter. It's Wednesday. You know Huey's not firing on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, he might be trying to get in what he can before he gets his.
Yeah, exactly. There's two ways to look at it.
Yeah, but he's not the one that needs the money, Warren.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
But in saying that, like I was on Huey in that first race on Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on the lounge saying, "Push out, Huey, push out."
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you were saying the same.
I was
not thinking what was going to happen, of course, but
and not thinking. I think a lot of things happened there, and like Mark mentioned, the fact that Mr. Colourful shifted out, the other one shifted in. It was one of these weird situations where, yes, he did the wrong thing. Let's all admit to that. He did do the wrong thing, but like all these planets aligned for a terrible situation. And I like Adkins. He seems like a really nice young kid, and I wish him all the best.
I agree.
But, I don't think we'll be getting the best of Hugh Bowman tomorrow, basically, is what we've decided. So take that in your mind, punters. Number 5, race 5 tomorrow. I'll do the map first. So Bergen's going to lead him up. Pretty fast tempo. Syncline, he'll sit outside the lead. Looking for Royal Banquet. I thought was going to lead, but no, they're saying we'll just tag one out, one back. So basically, all the market's going to be at the front of the front on the maps. Pricing them, some early movement was for Royal Banquet. It's been about 320 into 260. Syncline next in line, about the same price now. It's 270. Second pick from Bergen. This is interesting. A couple of go forward horses, like shiny types, or Syncline is anyway. I'll leave it with you, Warren. You can kick us off.
Yeah, I think Bergen will lead this race.
Okay.
Saturday back to Wednesday. I think she'll cross from barrier 11 and lead here.
Okay.
And I give it a chance, although I don't like it. I think it likes heavy tracks. But I think this Royal Banquet could be the best bet of the day.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a breeding guy, aren't you, Warren? Is that what you're going off there? Or?
A little bit.
Yeah. What is it on the Schnitzel, or is it on the dam side?
Well, Schnitzel's I just think this Nathan Doyle, I don't know what he's doing, but his horses are coming back better the second prep than the first prep.
Yeah, absolutely dynamite stable.
Yeah. You don't
seems like a really good bloke, actually. I can't take you go to Metropolitan Racing with a provincial trainer and a provincial jockey. Can I take that price? No, I can't. So I admit that I'm petrified of it, but I can't bet.
Yeah, well, I can back the Toppy because I think it'll lead, and it's coming out of Saturday grade, and I don't mind it.
Yeah, I know, but has it come up?
Yeah, that's what we're going to find out tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, from a connections point of view, Doyle and Lee Megorian have the highest sort of rating, Gord. So They're both
Yeah,
going
the
really
highest
well.
rating in the provincials. How's their rating going in town? You know what? 0 for 0. We have no data. You know, it's like the possibles look pretty good last training session on a Friday before the Sunday game, and none of them get a start on Sunday. I can guarantee you that. So that's anyway. Yeah, what am I going to say? Bloody hell, I don't know what I'm going to say here too. I'm glad Woz went first, and now you got me even more petrified about this Royal Banquet.
That's a bit.
It didn't beat some bad horses last start in Reeves Regent and Favre, and did it in a dominant fashion, Sid and OSL.
Yeah.
And then when I'm just having a squizzy peek to determine whether it's going to handle the bod track, it's out of Schnitzel. It won a trial in a bog track at Wyong. And last preparation, before it went for that one win at Bathurst, its best trial was on the wet track.
Yeah, and that damn Twilight Royale, I'm sure Baker had her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And she was she loved the wet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a pretty tricky race, isn't it?
You guys petrified me. I will give one honourable mention to something at long odds here. And, Matt, I've lost my notes, so you'll have to remind me. But I had Hawkesbury on the 12th of the 7th being up and in advantage.
Okay. Who's got that form? The Syncline?
Number 11, Deepfields Rain. So Syncline won leading, and Deepfields Rain was wide and back.
Okay, let me have a quick look now.
So, what is it, 20 to 1 or something like that? 50?
Yeah, it may have been. I've got the, one of my sources, the RaceNet source, says it was track fair, but don't know about that.
I don't know.
It was very heavy. It was raining during the race and all that sort of stuff. It looks a horrible race to look at, but
RaceNet track info is not high quality.
I haven't done the replay on Hawkesbury meeting.
So I just thought, like, one horse is $2.70, the other's 20 to 1.
Yeah.
And if you take that into consideration, with Kobe off for T-Clack on, even though I have a really high opinion of Kobe, and the 57 back down to the 54, maybe you could do something with 20 to 1.
Okay.
Anyway, you know, when I start back and tipping 20 to 1 shots, you should pay no attention to me.
Very good. All right. Let's have a look at the 6. Let's look at the 6.
Woz, you've actually, I'm going to have another look at this race.
You're having a good look now at that one?
Okay. Royal Banquet, I'm talking.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do the 6. So we've got 3 Ood. 3 Ood, it goes around and around and around. It's back again. It's $4. Our Snip's been some money for. It's $4 now. Carte Blanche, $7.50. From Liara, next in line. Gordo, I think you tipped Looney Tramp on the show last time, didn't you? It won at a big price.
Yeah, it did.
So it's next in line at $12. That was a good tip. Just having a quick look at the map. We've got, strong, average to strong pace, Carte Blanche, 3 Ood, little note from the map maker. Jumped awkwardly and hampered last time out and got back. Expect right on the pace here in a race without much speed, he's saying. So, the 3 Ood obviously caused J-Mac some dramas a few, maybe over a month ago now, a couple of months ago. So it's here. Who wants to have a look at this race to start with?
This is Huey's race. I really like this Waller horse that Huey's on in this Lyra.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was strong through the line first up, back to the inside.
Yeah, it got caught on the fence, didn't it?
Yeah, 50 metres through the line, it was just powering through the line. And $9, it's a bet every day of the week to me. And from barrier 10, we're talking earlier about coming down the middle and the outside. This has just got Huey.
And the gear change tongue tie first time as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It did nothing in its first prep. Then they spelled it. Then it won like a it had ability, and then they spelled it again.
Yeah.
And it was probably unlucky not to win first up the other day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so at around that $8.59 mark, I'm going to have something on it, and I don't like much else in the race.
Yeah, 3 Ood, strange one. Like, being honest, but it's how many starts has had this prep? 10th up, according to ratings to win. It's
off my figures, it just wins.
Wins, yeah.
Number 1 for Ood.
Class, on class and that, yeah. You get a worse jockey with more weight, so.
We've got Louise is riding about 5 winners tomorrow, I think.
Oh, and CJ Graham.
Yeah.
What a team.
That's the biggest anchor of all time.
Yeah.
We got the wet track jockey and Jason Collett to worry about as well. That's a new one. Wet track jockeys. I heard you guys talk about that on the show.
Look, guys, if we're running off that win, but J-Mac rode it, which is, through 3 Ood when it won at Warwick Farm. So back to the course, beat Miss Redable and Vitesse, and didn't just beat them, the pretty dominant win. And then before that, on another heavy track, I've got a second to Bound to Win, who I have an opinion of, and some cover. Spirit came third. It's all crazy stuff, but I can't get too carried away about top weight Louise Day, particularly when there is this absolute gigantic question mark in the race, which is this horse called Liara.
Yeah.
Was I listening or not?
Took you a while.
Don't know how good it is. Hasn't proven itself yet.
No.
But suspicion at that price with those connections. Waller Bowman, barrier 10 late in the day. Lots of little ticks there to think that it's a bet. I clearly got 3 Ood on top. I definitely won't be losing on Liara. I actually think there's only 2 chances in the race. So, they're the 2.
Yeah, the only horse I've got comments for the last start is Liara. So that's where I'd be landing too. I just can't. I mean, I know 3 Ood can win, and horses seem to be able to stay up more than ever, but I just has no upside for me. I always steer around those horses, but.
Okay, well, this isn't my normal track tomorrow, Matt. And I throw everything I normally do and what I find really easy to make money out of, and that's finding the horses on the up that are early preparation.
Yeah.
You can't do that. This isn't just going to be like a heavy 8, guys.
Yeah.
This is bog.
Yeah.
And fitness is so key. I've talked to Lamborn about it so much because he finds these horses that I think are rubbish. And Jesus, they overperform just because they've got that extra fitness. So, Anyway, interesting, right?
Yeah, it is. We'll do the last race now. I'll do the Matt first. So, Escaped is going to lead them up in a fast early tempo from Kookaburra. Looking at the market, so we've got front money. It's a couple pairs back, drawn inside. That's a concern at this stage of the day. Escaped. It's leading. I said that one already. So fast early tempo. At this stage, the last race, we're trying to get wide. Front money, been some money for about $3 into $2.70. Actually, $2.90 still available. Escapes next in line, $4. Epic Dan. It's been a good firmer because I think it's a big wetty, isn't it? Epic Dan. Yeah. And the fire trap's there. It's a funny one. Fire trap first up for a while. Okay, Gord, you're laughing there. Was that you snipping away at Epic Dan or something, or Irish Dr. Nick, or
it was
one of your team?
Nick. It was Irish Dr. Nick that was snipping away at that. But I've done some snipping myself in this race. So this is a weird one because yet again I'm looking for the lightly raced horses on the up.
Yeah.
But then I take into consideration there's 2 horses obviously that fit those parameters in this race, and that's Escape and Front Money. Now they ran around in a 1,000-metre race at Hawkesbury. That's not form. There are other country horses that were very close to them. Even the figures weren't actually too bad in that race.
Yeah, good.
You got the weight turnaround from escape to front money, which means that's hard to line up. But so for me, it's real simple. 1,000-metre Hawkesbury to 1,200-metre bog at Warwick Farm, when you're taking up 55% of the market, I have to bet against you.
Yeah, you've applied the pen for sure.
And by the way, wouldn't be surprised to see them win, but
just wiped out about 70%
never
of the market.
Never going to be a bet.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be reasonably aggressive in this race and back 2 horses, which is number 2, Epic Dan, and number 9, Wanda. Or as I like to say, Wanda, because it sounds German to me. But Epic Dan, track and heavy stats, gold. And by the way, there we go, Warren, CJ Graham, going for another high-profile jockey there. And Wanda, Louise Day.
What price is she in the jockey challenge? We've marked her $1 fucking 10 here, I reckon.
So Epic Dan is obvious to anybody who does form about why it's actually a decent chance in this race.
Yeah.
But then there's a few positive things about Wanda. It's only been on the heavy twice. I actually have to bring that up because it was now the one at Canterbury where it won is irrelevant because it was against weak opposition and actually got a PR on that occasion. So that was a heavy 8, and my figures don't have that as actually being a heavy 8 figure. And neither does it have the Warwick Farm run on the heavy track, the heavy 8 there as a heavy 8. But it came second to a horse called Black Magnum and finished in front of a horse called Lashes. There's a chance this thing's a swimmer.
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody's going to go off the fact, you can't even get the job done at Wyong when you are heavily backed. That was Wyong, fence on fire. This horse had absolutely no chance. So, look, I'm talking about a horse here that's 20-1. So, I think I've probably said enough about the positivity. You're third up. You got fitness now. You might be a goddamn swimmer. There are some negatives there, as in I think it might struggle to get 1,200 metres. But then at this stage of the day, last start you carried 60 kilos. You got 58 now with a 3-kilo claimer. So you're down 5 kilos on that run last start where you had no chance. You could be a swimmer. You're third up. You're fit. You are lit. So you're actually on your home track. And you're giving me 20-1 when there's question marks about the horses in the money.
All day for you. All
day.
All day. Was?
Yeah, I agree with all that. I'm going to have something on Accelerado.
Oh, bloody hell. You and Glenn. Jesus. He loves that horse.
I wish it was a wide barrier. This is the first race it's been in. It's won at this grade at the track. And it's the fit horse. And maybe when they're coming wide, Abdullah can get that suck run up and then up the inside and then out to the middle. I just think you're going to get $8 and it's going to be there.
I think it's an absolutely fantastic tip.
Yeah.
You know, Canterbury, that was the most crazy fence bias I've ever seen. It did a great job to come forth on that occasion.
Yeah.
It's proven that it can run on the heavy. It's got the win at the track as well on a heavy 9. That's a fantastic tip.
$7 or $8.
Okay. Well, I think everyone's against the 2 favourites there, so that's one thing we can all agree on.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean,
they can win.
They lob. I'll cop it on the chin, but they're never bets.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Do you want to recap your best bets for the day, that we can mark you on?
Mate, race 2. What was it?
Race 2, you were very keen on
Satin Ruby.
Satin Ruby. So I'll be backing it. Next 2 races I miss.
Yeah.
And I'm going to back the Waller filly, Lyra.
Yep.
And I'm going to back Accelerado. And Galahad's Choice.
Yeah, Galahad on pace.
Yeah. They're the 4. They're all around that $8 or $9. That's the sort of day it is for me tomorrow. The Nathan Doyle horse. The Nathan Doyle horse I'm going to back in.
Yeah, don't get carried away having 2% on your bank on something that's 6-4 tomorrow.
Yeah.
That would be crazy play.
Yeah.
Also, we had a question about reformers down in where's it running tomorrow?
Bendigo, is it?
I like the trainer. Is it Archie Alexander's got it now?
Oh, he's a great trainer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Race 7 it is. Yeah.
It hadn't had a run for a month, and it was there, but it looked like it knocked up. Back on the dry.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing a good barrier. $11, $12. Yeah, I'll probably have something each way tomorrow.
Okay, sweet. And we've got Mark Cruikshank here.
Yeah, Moffo. Yeah, we'll go Crookie first.
We
Nathan
know
Doyle in town, he's questioning. Royal Banquet looks very hard to beat. I think we all, we agree.
And another good judge has got it clearly on top. For me, that just means I can't bet in the race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Moffo unloaded on Escape's last start. Tomorrow, I'm unloading front money.
Yeah. So weight and map orientation there. I understand that. We've both suggested that due to those reasons, we don't want to back either of them.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll see what happens with this meeting tomorrow morning. It seems like we'll be going ahead, but we'll probably lose quite a few horses. But otherwise, we got the top-up show for all the latest. What time do you do that, Gord? About 11 o'clock, is it?
Well, yeah, it would. Well, to be honest, actually, it'll probably be. We'll probably film a little bit later because the boys have been going to the track lately. So I've had to film that earlier, but I will probably film at 10. I think Mark gets it up by about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
I think you should definitely wait for some more information because we're going to have a lot of scratchings here and maybe
What's
a little
your best tomorrow, Matt? What's Matt's best tomorrow?
Mate, I'm with you. The horse I lined up with you is that Liara.
Yeah.
Liara, I sort of talked myself into brutality while the show was going on, as you may have.
yeah. I think we all did a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah. So, I sort of, I do like Raw Request, but I'm just not quite happy with the map there and the price, but it does look.
Well, I think everybody out there should have a lazy little all up with those three.
Yeah, all ups. Yeah, absolutely.
All
right, guys, that was awesome.
Dream team all up.
It was good.
You don't need to hang up yet, so we stopped recording and then we.
Oh, right.
For anyone who hadn't seen Woz before, that's Woz. He's a good man and very active in the chat room and a great judge. So nice of you to introduce yourself to everyone else, Woz. Thank you.
Much appreciated, guys. Both Warren and Dream Team Matt.
And you are actually in Warren right now, is that right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
It's actually Warren Street.
Well, by the way, I'm Sutherland in Sutherland.
Well, there you go.
There you go, Warren. You and I are the same.
And, mate, I could take you up there now and show you me clothesline, and there's rabbit warrens being dug underneath there.
Is that right?
Oh, really?
She's
Late precautions. We need to bring
back
back
on here at the moment.
So
Absolutely.
We need myxomatosis to come back.
Oh, mate, I've got better stuff than that for him, mate.
Quick, stop recording.
Thanks, RSPCA. All right, see you guys. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.
See you guys.